Tech Journey. So today we are going to discuss about microbial growth kinetics. If you have seen my previous video on characteristics of microorganisms, you will have a more better and conceptual understanding about the growth kinetics which we are going to discuss in this video. So we will discuss about modes of bacterial cell division, measuring bacterial count, thermal death kinetics, serial dilution method, growth cycle of bacteria and its calculations in this video. So without wasting time, let's start. Firstly, we have bacterial cell division. So as the name suggests, the division of cell, like if this is a cell, it is getting divided into two or more than two daughter cells. This is the basic outline about bacterial cell division. So we are going to discuss about binary division first. Binary fission, or you can say division. What happens is synthesis of chromosomal DNA takes place. The distribution of DNA, ribosomes and other cellular machinery takes place here. So as you can see in the diagram, the cell replicates its DNA. So what is happening here? The DNA is replicating itself and then the cytoplasmic membrane elongates and then the cross wall forms. So firstly the DNA material is replicating, the cytoplasmic membrane and other materials are also separating, and then the two walls formed and gets detached from each other and forms daughter cells. So parent cell, this was the parent cell and these are the two daughter cells. This is the whole procedure of binary fission. Next we have budding. So what happens? Two new cells are developed from the small portion of DNA which forms bud at one end. We have taken the example of parent hydra here. As you can see, these are the tentacles here of the parent hydra. So what happens? A bud arises like this. A bud arises from any part of the parent hydra and then it grows and develops its mouth, tentacles as you can see here, the mouth and tentacles, and then the bud detaches to form new hydra. So we have a daughter cell here and with time it will improve in its size and functions and will form a parent hydra at last, and then the same process continues. Next we have fragmentation. So what happens in fragmentation? It takes place in bacteria and cells get fragmented into small bacillary or coccoid cells. These are the structure of cells, and then it grows and develops into a new cell. This happens in all the cases. So we have taken the example of planaria here. This is parent planaria. It gets fragmented into three parts here, and then each part develops into a full planaria, daughter planaria, or you can say daughter planaria also. So we have parent planaria here and three daughter planaria formed. It can be three or more than it. Depends. Got it? I hope you have understood till here. Then we are going to discuss about how to measure the bacterial count, the methods of measuring the bacterial count. We have four methods here. First one is microscopic count, then plate count method, then turbidimetric method, and then ant content and dry weight. Most commonly used method is plate count method. So starting with our first method, it is done by Petrov-Hausser counting chamber, which is a closed chamber, and if each chamber, for example, if each chamber will have 8 bacteria, then the total number of bacterial cells will be counted by 2 into 10 to the power 2 into 10 to the power 7. This is used for calculating the total bacterial count here. Next we have plate count methods. In this, the bacterial culture is introduced in solid media. If more colonies are present, then serial dilution is applied. Understood? The plate count should be around 30, between 30 to 300, it is acceptable. Next we have turbidimetric method, which is based on light scattering principle, and it uses the optical density and the absorbance which is given by the bacterial number, and then it indicates the result simultaneously. Next we have N content and dry weight. So what happens? Bacterial cell mass can be measured by direct measuring dry weight of culture or the N content. As the name suggests, we are directly measuring by just drying it. Understood till here? Next we have the serial dilution method, which is applied in the plate count methods. As I told you, it is the most common method, so we are going to discuss in detail about this one. So what happens in serial dilution method? 9 ml saline, or you can take distilled water, saline of 0.9%, and 1 ml of original culture is taken. Okay, this is about the plate. When we do plating, 0.1 ml of each transferred to plate, and the incubation period is around 24 to 48 hours. The first step is serial dilution, and then plating, and then incubation, which is done in incubator. And where plating takes place? Plating takes place in laminar airflow. Now let's come to a topic, serial dilution method. So what happens? As you can see in the figure here, this is the original culture. We are taking 1 ml of original culture here and 9 ml of saline or distilled water, and then this one is the diluted sample. Then we will take 1 ml from this and will transfer it to this. Got it? So this will be 1:10 dilution factor. So this is the dilution factor here, 1:10. And then if we will take 1 ml more, and then we will pour it into the third test tube. Then the dilution factor will be around 1:100. Similarly, 1:1000, 10,000, depends on how much you want to dilute the sample and how much contaminated the sample is. Correct? So the colonies decreases as we move ahead. The colonies are decreasing because the sample is getting diluted in saline. That's why the colonies will get decreased, and the incubation period will be around 24 to 48 hours, which will show the result of plating. That these are the plating, and it will show how much bacteria is present in the sample. If it is acceptable, then the product is good to go, and if it is not, then it must be discarded. Next we have growth cycle of bacteria. So the time taken to complete one division is called the generation time. As you can see in the figure, this is the time to complete one division. The whole graph shows. So what will we call it? We will call it the generation time. So there are total 4 phases. First one is lag phase, then log phase, which is also called as exponential phase, then stationary phase, and then death phase. We will discuss about them in detail in the next slide. So this is a formula to calculate the number of bacteria taking place in this generation time. It will help you in solving numericals. So after n generations, the number of bacteria will be this. Understood? Let's move ahead to discussing the different phases of bacteria life cycle. First is lag phase. So what happens? The bacteria grows in size and synthesize enzymes and coenzymes. The cell becomes metabolically active, and at its end the cell, this is the cell, it divides into 2 cells. Understood? Next is log phase. So what happens? The active division takes place here increase in bacterial population. Here is increase in bacterial population at constant rate until, remember this, until substrate concentration is not limiting. When the substrate will decrease, the bacterial population will also decrease. Then we have stationary phase. After limiting substrate, log phase growth declines. As I told you, when the substrate will decrease, then the log phase growth will decline gradually. So the number of divisions is equals to number of events. This will be the condition in stationary phase. Stationary, as you know, stationary means constant. So here is the constant rate. So constant population. And then we have the death phase, which is the last phase of bacterial life cycle. So the substrate is not sufficient from dying cells, and the death rate of bacteria increases and declines sharply. Understood till here? It is very easy. So next we are going to discuss about some calculations related to serial dilution formula, which need not to be explained much because these are very simple. So first is lower or high dilution factor depends on range of contamination. Like dilution factor can be low or high depending on the range of contamination in sample. For antibodies, serial 2-fold and 10-fold dilutions like 2 times diluted and or 10 times diluted samples are used for antibodies purpose. This is only for the antibodies. I have just taken an example. Dilution factor can be taken by, we can find out the dilution factor by volume of sample divided by volume of sample plus dilute. This is the formula for dilution factor. Next we have total dilution factor. So how do we calculate the total dilution factor? By dilution of first tube into second tube. Let me take an example here. So for example, for 10-fold dilution, what will be the dilution factor? Dilution factor is equal to 1 ml. Volume of sample will be 1 ml, right? It is constant. Then 1 plus 9 ml sample. When the volume of diluted is 9, right? Then it will be equal to 10 to the power minus 1. I hope you have understood it better with the help of the example here. And after first tube, each tube is dilution of previous tube, right? Because they are taking the sample from each other in the consecutive manner. So it is very easy to find the total dilution factor. We will find out the dilution factor of first tube by this formula, and then second tube, and then we will multiply them. Understood? So the total dilution factor for 2 tubes will be like 10 into 10 to the power minus 1 into 10 to the power minus 1. Right? So next we are moving ahead to a very important topic, which is thermal death kinetics. You all have heard about this. We know that, let me write minus Dn. You all have heard of this, right? If you have heard about the D value, Z value, F value and thermal process engineering, then you all have come across this equation. This is a very important equation in thermal death kinetics, as a derivation is starting from it. We know that minus dN by dt is equals to kdn, right? Where n is actually, this is capital N. Where n is number of organisms present, and T is time of sterilization. You all have heard about sterilization, right? Killing spores, and Kd we write it like K. So Kd is reaction rate constant. So what will happen when we will integrate it from T from as lower limit 0 and upper limit T. This is a sterilization time when we will do the sterilization. So what will be the result? The result will be N T divided by N. You all know integration, right? When we will integrate it within these limits. So N T divided by N naught is equals to e to the power, sorry for the disturbance, e to the power minus k dt, right? So what is happening? N naught is number of organisms present at the start and NT is number of viable organisms after treatment. So present and after treatment and before treatment. Correct? N naught is at the start, initial. This one is initial, this one is final, and then after solving it further, we will get the equation ln. It is called as partial log and t divided by n naught is equals to minus k dot g k into dt. So this is our final equation. So in thermal death kinetics, these three are the most important equations, as these will help you in solving all the numerical parts. So let me recap it for you. What is N here? N is number of organisms present, T is time of sterilization, and Kd is written like this. Kd is the reaction rate constant. Here integration is taking place, so we will get this equation after integration, where N naught are number of organisms present at the start and T are number of viable organisms which are left after the treatment. That's why it is written as T. So this will be our final equation, and NT divided by N naught is equals to minus K dt. I hope you have understood the thermal death kinetics. I haven't elaborated it much because if you will need more understanding of this, I will make another video on this particular topic, as it is a very vast topic. So I told you the main equations which will help you out, and these are very simple. You will just have to learn this equation and then the integration part, and you will derive this equation automatically. I hope this was helpful for you. If you have any comments, you can post it in the comment section and I will be very happy to answer them. Thank you so much.